Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we've got some repairs to take here. Take is a weird word to use there. Okay, we've got some repairs to perform. Sure. We're going to need to tick forward past this month tick, absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and do so. That will put us, of course, down by about 2 mil. That's completely fine. We're still at like 12 million here, no problems whatsoever at this juncture. The question then becomes, how far do we want to tick forward before we deploy? The Awesome and the Annihilator are a ways out. Now, to be fair, because there's only one additional bay, both the Mauler and Magcat together are going to be about as long as the Awesome. We should probably tick forward until the Awesome is done at this point. I think we're not going to quite wait on the Annihilator. There's a melee in the mech bay. Okay, well, we'll send them to settle things in the simulators. Fantastic. And the Awesome will be done in 10 days here. Make that 5.
511. Expected approach time.
Okay. So we need to continue ticking here. We might have the Annihilator done, actually. It's 2 days away. What difference is 2 days going to make? With us at 12 million C-bills, probably not much. Let's just get the Annihilator done once and for all. It's been a very long time. No, stop ticking. There we go. It's been a very long time. Let's hop into the mech bay, make sure everything is good to go. It should be. And yes, it is indeed. Okay, so the Awesome is going to be a backup mech. The Annihilator we're going to utilize here. It's going to be interesting. We'll see how that gets done. But we'll hop into the command center, and are we willing to push up the difficulty? Well, let's see what's available. We've got a decent range available here. Not quite any 9 skulls, but there are some 8.5s. Assassinate, recovery, ambush convoy. What we're really looking for is something like this. A capture base. Against planetary government. Okay, I think we'll do that. We'll see if they've got a railgun turret. We are very interested in getting our hands on that ammo. There's no free priority salvage, so we're just going to chill right. And let's see here. We want to drop the Awesome. And Poet is currently driving the Awesome. What do you got? You do have Annihilator affinities. So we drop the Awesome, and we put in the Annihilator. Beautiful. Okay, so I think we are ready to deploy here. This is our current primary mech setup. It's going to be an 8 skull, so not the most difficult that we've done, but we are expecting there to be a possibility of airstrikes. We'll go ahead and deploy that. Darius is probably wrong, but he might be right. So in we go. This is a capture base mission. Fingers crossed on the railgun turret. We should be able to eliminate it immediately, but we'll likely take some artillery fire from their turrets. There's been a lot of artillery turrets of late. No doubt about that. And last time we did this, the artillery turrets actually moved before our artillery units, which was weird, but okay. I think it has to do with the way that the game reserves you back when you drop directly into combat. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on there. If you're not willing to shell your own position, you're not willing to win. There is some truth to that. Absolutely. We have shelled our own position. There's no doubt about that one. But also, you should try not to. So we need to capture the research facility. We've learned that the planetary government here in Alula Australis has been busy working on a new water filtration technology, which is both extremely valuable and likely to shift the balance of power in the region by opening up more worlds for colonization. We've discovered where they're working on the latest prototype. We know that they're monitoring the location of our own mechs in the area, so we need a mercenary lance to make the Vanguard assault and catch them by surprise. We'll then take over the facility with Blakist forces. Commander, I expect the defenses on the facility to be substantial. But if we were bothered by the odds, we wouldn't be mercenaries.
Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Let's go. Okay, so where are we landing?
Command interface initiated.
Interesting spot to want us to land. So this is the facility here. Turret emplacements here, 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 and here. LOS over here should be fine, so we could drop in here in this cover. I like it. What do they got? Just turrets? For now, just turrets. So we see a Thumper turret, an Arrow 4 turret, an Arrow 4 turret, and an Arrow 4 turret. Okay, so 4 Arrow 4 turrets, or rather 3 Arrow 4 turrets and a Thumper turret. I was hoping for a railgun. No such luck. The Salamander is going to move up over here.
Affirmative.
And we're going to immediately hit this Arrow 4 turret. I'm not going to bother rolling Warlord because we have good hit odds. Do we want to fire AX? If we do that, then we should Warlord. AX is, I think, more likely to break through this armor, so let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so that's a structure.
Critical hit, Commander. Confirm.
Next up, our longbow is going to position here.
I'm there.
I think we're not going to fire at this Arrow 4 turret. I would instead like to fire, let's see, 80.7, 70.2. Our hit odds are best on this Thumper, but our damage is best on the Arrow 4s out here. We're going to Warlord to boost our hit odds slightly, and we're going to fire on this Arrow 4 turret.
Here we go.
And we actually straight up destroy it. I'm surprised by that,
Enemy eliminated.
but okay. We'll happily take it.
What can I do for
So
you?
the Mauler is going to move up to here. I suspect we're going to fire at this Thumper. Yes, that is indeed what we're going to do. We're even going to Warlord to boost the odds slightly. And let's see what we get. Good damage to its armor. I like it.
Hey there.
The Fafnir is going to close in over here.
Location.
It's probably out of range of the UACs. Yes. I'm going to fire the MRM-20 at this Arrow 4 turret. We're not going to destroy it unless we get good crits, but let's see what happens.
Firing on target.
We actually did get the crit.
Reporting. Turret eliminated.
Excellent.
Ready for orders.
The Madcap Mark II is going to move up.
Move order received.
Now, we could go for the Thumper turret and probably kill it, or the Arrow 4 turret, and we wouldn't kill that. For now, I think we're going to go for the Thumper turret here. We're going to hope to kill it.
Copy that.
And we did. Excellent. All that's left now is that Arrow 4 turret.
One less turret.
Okay.
Awaiting orders.
So the Annihilator moves up here.
Affirmative.
How's this looking at for range? We're okay with the LRMs. So we'll Warlord. This is not going to destroy the turret, but it will chunk the armor. Okay.
Hey.
And then we've got our Boar's Head, which is going to move in over here.
Moving to position.
And we're going to fire on this Arrow 4. Are we going to fire Shape Charge? I think we're not, because the hit odds are not quite where we need them to be to Shape Charge. We will Warlord. Yeah, our artillery hitting to either side there. Not great. We're probably going to take fire from that Arrow 4 turret, but it's only going to be the one turret, so hopefully it won't be too bad. In theory.
Target confirmed.
Okay, so now we're going to take fire from the Arrow 4 turret. They're shooting at the Boar's Head. We managed to AMS one of those.
Oh boy.
Or no, actually we didn't. It just missed over here.
Okay, that was
But that wasn't...
bad.
I disagree. That wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Reporting heavy.
We're going to hit this Arrow 4 turret. This should kill
Moving
it.
armor left and right here. It's go time.
And there we go. No more artillery turrets for them. And next up, our Salamander is just going to start sprinting up over here. We need to scout the research facility, and we're expecting once we do, that their Lance will come in at that point. So we definitely got a little bit lucky that they had no Lance here and we were able to eliminate their turrets very quickly. We took a little armor damage across the board, but just the one Arrow 4 isn't bad.
Aye, aye.
Okay, so the Annihilator is going to move up over here. And we'll be exiting combat fairly soon, I think. The Boar's Head is going to drop its stability. There we go. And the Bull Shark will close in over this direction.
Here we go.
Okay. Now we're exiting combat. There we go.
You got it.
So we're going to sink our heat and close in on the facility here. I'm not entirely sure where they're going to drop in, but I'm 100% certain that there's going to be enemies dropping in.
Coordinates received.
So we'll see.
We'll go.
We're going to be able to scout this location quite soon.
Move order received.
Position confirmed.
Affirmative.
Will that be a scout? No, not quite.
Move order
It's very close. I think we're going to keep our mechs somewhat more together, and we're going to come over this way.
Full position.
Okay. So we're going to continue to close in here. We need to get close enough for this scout to go off.
Roger that.
And where will those enemies be?
Confirmed.
I'm there.
Well, one of these days we'll get close enough.
Location confirmed.
But which day? Is it this day? Presumably. It is presumably this day.
Locking in coordinates.
But yeah, the good news is we don't have to deal with fire from the turrets and the enemy lance at the same time.
Affirmative.
I did think that we would have scouted it by now, but I guess it's because our LOS doesn't fall on this area yet. There we go. So that's a good view of the research facility. Additional units in the area rallying. Yes, we've already eliminated the turrets, Darius. You don't need to warn us about that. So we need to occupy the base.
Roger that.
We don't know where the enemies are. We do not appear to have gotten a contact. We do know that there's additional enemies rallying in.
Move order received.
But where?
Moving to position.
Oh yeah, our dropship is inbound over here. We're gonna have to move the Madcat Mark II, but that's fine.
On my way.
Still don't actually see the enemies.
Coordinates received.
Presumably they're out there somewhere. We're gonna capture the base,
Taking a protected stand.
and otherwise we're just going to wait here.
Heads up, Commander. You've got hostile
Okay,
contact.
there they're spawning. But where? We're gonna reserve and allow them to move first
Tactical advantage.
to update the sensors. Where are they at? Okay, that's a Centurion. Firing side arc on our longbow. Well, we know where they're at.
Armor left and right.
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander.
They're basically right in our rear arc. So this is a punch bot. But only 38 melee. This is a Regent Prime. This is a Shrek and a Centurion.
Standing by.
Okay, so our Bull Shark is going to back off over here.
Copy that.
The Centurion is the closest in our minimum range that we can fire on with the Long Tom. I would like to fire on the Regent Prime, but we can't do that even in direct fire mode, sadly. So we're going to fire on the Centurion here, and that is going to be in direct fire mode. Well, Warlord, to boost these odds, this Centurion is going to take a lot of damage here,
Targeting for an alpha
unless we
strike.
miss the Long Tom. That works too. We're at 70%, so I wasn't actually necessarily expecting a miss of it. But we're going to walk in over here with our Mauler.
Moving to position.
And the Regent Prime is the one blocking the LOS, right? No, it's right here. Okay. Technically, the Centurion is the best hit odds. We may stray shot the Regent Prime.
Firing on target.
We did not. Okay.
Yes,
So the Boar's
Commander.
Head is going to turn around over here,
If you say so.
continuing to hit the Centurion. We're going to try direct fire again. We may miss again.
Copy.
We did not. Excellent.
Orders.
Okay, the longbow is going to turn around over
I got
here. Hit odds are not amazing. We're going to not fire the ELRMs because of the hit odds, but we'll just fire the enhanced LRM 15s.
I'm on him.
That's a structure exposure on that.
Reporting. Critical hit.
Okay.
Ready for orders.
The Madcat Mark II is going to turn around and position here. And we're going to go for the kill on the Centurion. This should be very doable. And there we go. One dead.
Mech destroyed.
Excellent.
Receiving you.
The Fafnir is going to turn around.
Location.
Now, these guys still have their evasion. But we wanted to turn around so that they didn't have rear arc on us. So the Fafnir is going to, I think, fire on the Regent Prime here. We'll go ahead and Warlord. These odds are low. And yeah, we didn't really hit there. As expected. Okay, next up is our Salamander. The Salamander is going to move in over here. Is it worth firing AX rounds right now? Honestly, I think we're not going to. We're just going to lob some improved at this trek.
Firing on target.
Got some good damage there.
I don't like how this is going.
Oh, you're fine. You took a small rear arc shot. But you're fine. Okay, so the Annihilator is going to turn around here.
On the move.
And checking hit odds here, 44.7 on the Shrek. So I think for the time being, we're going to focus fire on this Shrek. We're going to fire these in cluster rounds. Excellent. That's a structure exposure. And that's a dead Shrek. So the Regent and the Punch Bot will get to move now. Now, this will make them no longer have 6 evasion. So that's nice. The Punch Bot closes in. Goes for the side arc on the Bull Shark. Okay, cool. Now we're way too close for artillery here, obviously. The Regent moves up. Goes for the longbow. Does quite a lot of armor damage to the longbow there with that AC-20. But the armor holds.
I'm catching some serious
I did
shit.
actually expect him to penetrate the armor there. We got a little lucky. But that's okay.
Yes.
So the Salamander is going to close in over here-ish. I'd like to be in water, so we'll go here. And the question then becomes, which of these do we go for? Hit odds are best on the Punch Bot. Do we fire AX? Answer is yes, we do. We fire AX and we Warlord to boost the damage here.
Knocking on target.
That's a whole lot of damage. In fact, that just straight up one-shot that Punch
Enemies
Bot.
down.
I like it.
Getting banged up real good here.
Oh, you're fine. So the Fafnir is going to move in over here.
On my way.
We already Warlorded last round, but we'll go ahead and fire on this guy. Hit odds aren't the best, but let's see what we got.
Copy.
Very nice. This Regent is dead.
Target's taking a critical hit.
Where is that exposure at? Arm? Okay, that's not the best, but the Regent is still dead.
Copy that.
We're going to fire on him with the longbow, and we're even going to Warlord to boost our odds a bit for the ELRM.
Firing.
That's a big armor strip on the Regent. Maybe a knockdown? Yes, that's a knockdown. That's actually super convenient. So at this point, our Mauler is going to position about here for ideal range for that Gauss rifle. And let's see if we get the kill.
Affirmative.
Okay, next mech.
Critical hit.
Next
Commander.
mech will get the kill.
Yes, Commander.
That's the Annihilator. Oh yeah, this guy's totally dead. We're going to step back a little bit for purposes of the LRMs.
Copy that.
But otherwise, this is totally ideal here. This Regent is dead. And we're getting out of here. That was a pretty simple one. I was hoping for railgun turrets. Sadly, no railgun turrets. But let's get out of here.
Mission successful.
So, I mean, we took a fair amount of damage to the longbow, but nothing else really. We can probably substitute out the longbow for the awesome if we want to deploy again. I do expect the longbow will take some time to repair, but maybe not that long. Probably not all that long. Let's go ahead and see what we get from salvage. Yeah, the longbow definitely took some armor damage. No doubt about that. A Clan Arrow 4. A Clan LBX AC-20. I think we'll take that. 4 Clan double heat sinks. We have 6 of those. So for now, that's okay. We've got guided ammo for Arrow 4s. I'm not seeing too much here that I'm super interested in. Just clan sensors, I guess? We don't have one of those. So that'll do. We can get rid of the standard fusion engine. We've already got 4 tons of guided Arrow 4 ammo, but we're going to keep that around. I don't really like using the Inferno ammo, especially now that it's been nerfed. So we're going to continue. And now the question is, how long is it going to take to repair? Oh, that's a good question. I'm expecting this to be sub 200,000 C-bills worth of damage. We really, other than the longbow, didn't take that much. A little bit here and there. There was that one Arrow 4 shot, but by and large, it wasn't too bad. So with that in mind, I'm expecting it to be under 200,000 for C-bills. How long do we think it'll take the longbow? Pure speculation here, but I'm guessing 17 days. We'll see. I just made that number up. 26 days according to Yang, and under 200k. So, how long will it take the longbow? 16 days. Wow, that was surprisingly close. Okay, cool. So, we're definitely going to deploy again. These finish up on the month tick, don't they? I think so. Let's tick forward a little bit here. Let's see. 1 day, 2 days. So yeah, this finishes up on the month tick. That's unfortunate. So we're going to have to take this month tick, but we're going to deploy immediately with 30 days remaining. So we'll take this month tick. And let's hop into the command center, or not the command center here, the barracks. We're not going to wait on the longbow. We'll deploy right away. And Kodiak, do you have anything you can do? No. We should probably start deploying him. I think I mentioned that previously, but we probably should do that. At any rate, it is about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to deploy without the longbow. That'll be interesting. The longbow is not super important to us, but it is good. There's no doubt about that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.